Our story starts with a young man born to an unlikely couple, a white mother from Kansas and a black father from Kenya. Meet Barack Obama, whose unusual heritage foreshadowed his extraordinary destiny. From prestigious universities to humble community organizing, Barack Obama built his political career in Chicago. But the road to the White House had plenty of bumps for this biracial Superman, fueled by fearless hope. Do you want to be an expert on how to succeed against all odds? Then, strap in as we discover how Barack made history in an against-the-odds quest for lasting change. Early life. On August 4, 1961, Barack Hussein Obama II entered the planet in Honolulu, Hawaii. Half black and half white, baby Barack was a little United Nations right out of the womb. His parents did their best, but being a mixed-race kid in the 60s was no picnic. After a messy divorce, Obama's dad flew back to Kenya while Barack and his mom decided to take a trip to Indonesia. From the age of 6 to 10, little Barack went native to Indonesia, where he learned Batik and Gamelan while attending Catholic and Muslim schools. He later said he was raised Hawaiian, Indonesian, black and white, sometimes all in the same day. Barack's childhood was a crazy cultural blender, but it whipped him into a versatile leader suited to melt America's divisions. Finding his identity. At the age of 10, Barack sailed back to Hawaii to enroll in the prestigious Punahou School. He balled on the basketball court but struggled in the classroom, splashing out his natural smarts. As one of the few black students, Barack searched for his racial identity like a lost puppy. Was he black or white? With zero black role models besides Martin Luther King posters, Obama felt lost in the racial wilderness. His mom, a lefty liberal, filled Barack's head with visions of black activism and civil rights marches. But these secondhand stories left little Barack identityless. As he put it, he was trying to raise himself to be a black man in America. Barack was a racial tightrope walker, teetering between white and black worlds. He dressed like Carlton from Fresh Prince, talked like a surfer dude, but wanted to fully embrace his blackness. It was a complex balancing act for a racial outsider striving to get inside. Higher education. After barely graduating high school, Barack bounced around Occidental College before transferring to Columbia. There he discovered political science and crammed enough in college to graduate in 1983. In 1985, Barack got in touch with his inner do-gooder and moved to Chicago's largely black South Side to be a community organizer. He quickly realized he would need more than hugs and posters in order to remove poverty and racism from the community. So Barack aimed his ambitions toward Harvard Law, figuring a law degree could help drive serious change. He enrolled in 1988, becoming the first black president of the prestigious Harvard Law Review. Barack graduated with great distinction in the year 1991, a stellar law student after being a sloppy undergrad student. And guess what? He was even able to score a book deal to write about his lifelong quest to find his racial identity. And so the memoir Dreams from My Father was born. Falling in love and starting a family. Moving on, behind every successful man is his woman providing him with constant support. Sparks first flew for Barack and Michelle Robinson in 1989 during a sweaty law firm internship. Despite the sweat stains, Barack was smitten with fellow Harvard Law alum Michelle. After 4 years of schmoozing her, with his constitutional knowledge and civil rights activism, Michelle finally agreed to tie the knot in 1992. They settled down in Chicago's Hyde Park and prepared to spawn baby Democrats. Arriving on schedule, Melia popped out in 1998, followed by sister Sasha in 2001. With 2 tiny tots running around, Barack embraced the dad life. From sweaty law firm intern to leader of the free world, Barack's family kept him grounded through his lofty rise. Early political career. In 1996, Barack dipped his political toe in the water by running for an open Illinois state Senate seat. He won handily after legally kneecapping his opponent's voter petitions. His cutthroat tactics seemed at odds with his hope and change branding. But hey, politics aren't a hippie drum circle. At first, Barack grew frustrated trying to create change in gridlock Springfield. He was eager to flex his transformative muscles, but he built bridges and passed meaningful healthcare and ethics reforms. However, Barack suffered a brutal wake-up call when he lost a 2000 congressional bid to former Black Panther Bobby Rush. Rush knew Chicago like the back of his beret, leaving Barack licking his wounds. Barack learned he couldn't just talk change. He needed power to create it. Refocused, he set his sights on becoming a U.S. Senator in 2004. Barak realized that before making history, he first had to make it to D.C. National Spotlight. In 2002, when war hawk winds whipped up invasion plans for Iraq, Barak bucked the trend by publicly opposing military action. This anti-war stance separated him from aspiring Democratic politicians like Hillary Clinton and John Kerry, who favored battle. Barak's risky decision later made him a standard-bearer for war-weary Americans. Barak won the 2004 Illinois Democratic Senate primary in a landslide with 53% of the vote. Facing scandal-plagued Republican Jack Ryan, Barak coasted as Ryan dropped out and fringe candidate Alan Keyes replaced him. Barak trounced Keyes worse than Michael Jordan playing one-on-one with Pee Wee Herman. Barak exploded onto the national stage with his inspiring 2004 DNC keynote speech, proclaiming, "There's not a liberal America and a conservative America. There's the United States of America." The stadium shook as Barak fired up a new era of post-partisan politics. The rising star dazzled, though some worried he'd peaked too soon. Presidential aspirations. Fresh off his star-making convention speech, Barak met with political guru David Axelrod to discuss a 2008 presidential run. Axelrod was like the Dr. Frankenstein of campaigns, specializing in whipping up victory for black candidates in majority-white elections. An Obama Axelrod ticket was electoral gold. After easily winning Senate re-election in 2006, Barak announced his presidential candidacy in Springfield, portraying himself as a youthful uniter. He provided a glimmer of hope after years of divisive politics, as usual under figures like Hillary Clinton. Barak highlighted his anti-war bona fides, contrasting his original opposition to Hillary's initial support for invading Iraq. He attracted energized legions of young voters, liberals, blacks, and independents, with his vision of hope and change. After a hard-fought primary, Barak made history on June 3, 2008 by clinching the Democratic nomination as the first African-American major party nominee. It was a political miracle. Barak was changing the game overnight, and the nation was falling in love with him. Conclusion: the biggest upset. Though facing uber-experienced Republican John McCain, Barak maintained a steady polling lead. On November 4, 2008, Barak again smashed racial barriers by decisively defeating McCain in the Electoral College in the popular vote. His "Yes, we can" slogan magically erased 200 years of White House white guys overnight. At just 47 years old, Barak achieved MLK's dream, becoming the first African-American president. His mind-boggling journey from biracial nobody to the most powerful leader on earth proved that in America, truly anything is possible. Obama mania swept the nation. Barak inspired a new generation to dream bigger than ever. If Barak's improbable story gave you audacious hope, don't just Obama yet. Make sure to smash that subscribe button to stay tuned for more game-changing tales. Be sure to check out our video on Freddie Mercury, a poor artist who raises queen, on another inspiring story. Until then, keep dreaming big and discover the biggest stories with us.